think that we're all in our private traps, clamped in them, and none of us can ever get out. We scratch and claw, but only at the air, only at each other. And for all of it, we never budge an inch.
Alfred Hitchcock is one of the most well-known names in the history of cinema, a director that has a distinctive style, mainly involving subjective cinematography and visionary direction. His style is recognizable throughout his entire career and has established him within an elite class of filmmakers. This video essay will be an examination of Hitchcock's auteur style and themes, giving examples to elements that buoyed and created consistency in the films he made, as well as show examples of his work both in front and behind the camera.
A film is looked at solely for its content without any regard to the style or manner in which the story is told. And after all, that basically is the art of the cinema.
According to Hitchcock in an interview with Hugh Weldon, dialogue means nothing. In fact, dialogue sometimes takes the narrative weight of a film being made up of photographs of people talking. With this idea of pure cinema that Hitchcock uses, tone and emotion can and should be shown visually. In Psycho, Miriam is packing her suitcase and is confronted by the envelope of money which she has recently stolen. For a subjective POV shot, the greying tones of morality are shown purely visually. Also expressed in this scene is the theme of guilt that is consistent in Hitchcock's films. In Vertigo, we witness a shared guilt between Scotty and Madeline. James Stewart's character is guilty that his fear of heights and his progressive vertigo prevented him from being able to save her life, whereas Madeline feels a guilt to have used Scotty as a ruse in making him a witness in his suicide trial.
Wanted to kill herself. He knew of your illness. He knew you'd never get up the stairs of the tower.
The subjectivity of Hitchcock's cinematography is pure. The audience is shown a character and then an object separated by a cut, which it cuts back to show a reaction from the character. Hitchcock's film Rear Window was hugely experimental with its range of cinematography, with shot size in Rear Window with its classical camera movements sell the audience an illusion.
Turn into a lonesome and bitter old man.
Yeah, you just see me.
The main critical concern of auteur theory is essentially that it disregards the creative and collaborative minds of the filmmaking process. Whilst branding Hitchcock as the master of suspense and applying the auteur status to him, discredits the frequent contributors to his films. Actors such as Cary Grant and James Stewart, who both appeared in 4 Hitchcock feature films, as well as Grace Kelly, who appeared in 3 Hitchcock films. Hitchcock also collaborated with technicians on multiple of his films. Director of photography Robert Burks, who worked with Hitchcock on 12 films, as well as costume designer Edith Head, who worked on 11 films with Hitchcock. His editor, George Tomasini, worked on 9 films, as well as legendary composer Bernard Herrmann, who made 8 films with him. All of these technicians became very well known for their work and relationships with Hitchcock, producing some of their most acclaimed work. As Pauline Kael argues with her criticism of the auteur theory, we should judge a film on its own merit rather than the consistency of style in the director's work, arguing that auteur theory glorifies trash and questions how we judge films, saying we should judge a director by the film and not a film by its director.